Scene 1. The intro scene. Scene opens with Superintendent Chalmers standing awkwardly by the door, while Principal Seymour Skinner fidgets nervously in the kitchen.
Hey, Chalmers.
Hi, Skinner.
Long, uncomfortable silence. Skinner starts preparing a salad, pouring vinegar onto the lettuce.
Seen you're making a salad for lunch.
Yeah, it's a vinaigrette. It's a classic.
Is that because of the science fair?
The what? No, I just like vinaigrette.
I suppose that makes sense.
A group of students wearing lab coats and carrying science projects enter the kitchen. Mr. Skinner, Mr. Chalmers, we have our science fair project ready.
Great. Let's take a look.
The students show off their projects, but Skinner and Chalmers can't hide their disinterest. Scene ends with Skinner and Chalmers sitting down to eat their salads, still awkwardly avoiding conversation. As they take their first bites, both make a face of surprise and delight.
This vinaigrette is amazing.
Yeah, it's not half bad.
They continue to eat in silence, but there's a noticeable thaw in the tension between them. Scene fades out as they finish their meal, still sitting awkwardly but with a hint of improvement in their relationship.
Audience gasp as they take their first bites of the vinaigrette.
Scene 2. The burned food scene kitchen. Skinner storms into the kitchen, holding the burnt vinaigrette.
Fucking hell. This is ruined. I can't believe you burnt my vinaigrette.
Skinner slams the burnt dish on the counter.
I can't believe I trusted you with this. Now I have to make another batch and waste even more time.
Skinner paces around the kitchen, muttering curses under his breath.
I should have known better than to let you near my food. What if I had guests coming over? This could have ruined everything.
Skinner stops pacing and takes a deep breath, trying to calm down.
I can't believe this. I'll have to start from scratch. I can't even count on you for something as simple as making a salad.
Skinner storms out of the kitchen, leaving the burnt vinaigrette on the counter. As the scene fades out, we hear the sound of Skinner slamming a door. Scene fades to black as the tension between Skinner and Chalmers remains high.
This scene takes place after Skinner and Chalmers had a fight before the episode started. The only thing they say to each other until the very end is, "Hey, or hi." The tension between them is palpable.
Scene 3. The window scene. Skinner, standing by the window, gazes outside, the burnt vinaigrette still on his mind.
Disheartened.
Suddenly, he spots a cushion on a neighbor's windowsill twisting in the breeze.
Kuchen. A new hope arises to soothe my palate.
Skinner devises a plan to obtain the neighbor's cushion.
I shall fashion a clever disguise and pretend to be a lost traveler in need of sustenance.
Skinner exits the room, leaving behind the burnt vinaigrette. Scene fades out as the tension between Skinner and Chalmers remains high. As the scene begins, Skinner returns, disguised as a traveling salesman, carrying a large ornate box.
Pray, good sir or madam, may I inquire as to the origin of this delightful kuchen?
Chalmers awkwardly hesitates before responding.
Sure, it's my wife's. I don't suppose you're looking for sweets.
Skinner, disappointed, begins to exit the room.
I fear the fates are not on my side today.
Chalmers, feeling guilty, quickly runs after Skinner.
Wait, I'll ask her if she has any extra cushion.
Scene fades out as Chalmers returns with a plate of cushion for Skinner. Skinner, overjoyed, grabs the cushion, slamming the door shut.
By the heavens, I thank thee, kind friend.
Chalmers, awkwardly, nods and exits the room. Scene ends with Skinner, sitting alone, savoring the cushion, as the tension between him and Chalmers begins to ease.
Audience gasp as Skinner spots the cushion outside the window.
Scene 4. The getting caught scene. Chalmers enters the kitchen looking around suspiciously.
Skinner, what's that smell?
Skinner frantically waves his arms, trying to disperse the smoke.
Just some steam. I'm making a steamed version of vinaigrette.
The students who are working nearby exchange skeptical glances. Steamed vinaigrette. That sounds interesting. Chalmers approaches Skinner, looking unconvinced.
Smoke doesn't exactly look like steam, Skinner.
Skinner, desperate, tries to cover.
I assure you, it's just steam. A little more forceful than usual, but still just steam.
Chalmers sighs, shaking his head.
Skinner, you're always coming up with these outlandish stories. This is obviously smoke.
The tension between them is palpable, but as the smoke starts to clear, a hint of a smile creeps onto Chalmers' face.
You know, Skinner, maybe we can work on our communication skills? We've got a lot to deal with at this school, and we need to be on the same page.
Skinner, relieved, starts to smile back.
You're right, Chalmers. Let's try to be more open with each other.
Scene ends with the two of them, still awkward but starting to work through their issues.
Audience gasp as the tension between Skinner and Chalmers begins to dissipate.
Scene 5. The wrong meal scene dining room. Everyone at the table, including Skinner, Chalmers, and the students, looks at the cushion in front of them, confused. Excuse me, Skinner. Is this supposed to be steamed vinaigrette?
Yes. Yes, it is.
But this looks like a cushion.
Oh, that's just a regional dialect, my dear. Cushion is known as vinaigrette.
The students exchange skeptical glances.
Well, it's good to try new things.
The tension between Skinner and Chalmers is palpable.
This is definitely not vinaigrette, Mr. Skinner.
Skinner, looking flustered, tries to think of a solution.
And well, perhaps a little bit of mustard might help.
Chalmers, losing his patience, slams his fork down on the table.
It's very acceptable. I can't believe he would serve us something like this.
Skinner, taken aback, looks at Chalmers with a mix of shock and guilt.
I'm sorry, Chalmers. I didn't mean to disappoint you.
As the scene fades out, we see Skinner and Chalmers sitting across from each other, the tension between them still high.
This scene takes place after Skinner and Chalmers had a fight before the episode started. The only thing they say to each other until the very end is, "Hey" or "Hi." The tension between them is palpable. At the end of the episode, Skinner and Chalmers resolve their issues, sitting down together to enjoy a proper meal.
Scene 6. The fire scene. The scene opens with Chalmers standing in the kitchen, looking horrified as smoke billows from the oven.
Oh no, a fire!
Hold on a moment. It's just, ball lightning.
Ball lightning in the kitchen.
Yes, it happens. It's a rare atmospheric phenomenon.
In the kitchen, how?
Well, it's attracted to electrical appliances. That's probably why it's here.
Electrical appliances? We don't even have the lights on.
Well, it could have been attracted to the toaster then.
Skinner, you can't just make up random explanations. This is serious.
Skinner looks at Chalmers with a mix of shock and guilt.
I'm sorry, Chalmers. I didn't mean to.
Chalmers approaches Skinner, and for the first time in the episode, they have a genuine conversation.
Skinner, we need to work together on this. We can't keep having these kinds of accidents. Let's call the fire department.
Scene ends with Skinner and Chalmers working together to put out the fire and resolving their issues.
This scene takes place after Skinner and Chalmers had a fight before the episode started. The only thing they say to each other until the very end is the tension between them is palpable. At the end of the episode, Skinner and Chalmers resolve their issues, sitting down together to enjoy a proper meal.
Alert as Chalmers notices the fire.
The farewell scene.
Well, that vinaigrette sure hit the spot.
Yeah, it was. Different?
Everyone notices the house is still on fire. I think that was a little more than just ball lightning, Skinner.
Well, maybe it was a ball of fire lightning.
Skinner, I think we need to call the fire department.
Skinner hesitates, but eventually agrees, looking at Chalmers with a mix of gratitude and relief.
You're right, Chalmers. We've got to put this out before it gets worse.
As they work together to put out the fire, the tension between them starts to dissipate.
Skinner, I'm glad we were able to work together on this.
Me too, Chalmers. I appreciate your help.
As they put out the fire, the students watch them smiling.
It's great to see you two getting along.
Scene ends with everyone saying their goodbyes, leaving Skinner and Chalmers standing together, the fire now out.
We've been through a lot this year.
We have, Skinner. But I think we've grown a lot too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As the sun sets, they stand in silence, watching the town come to life.
Town of Springfield, with your quirks and quibbles.
Yet, beneath the chaos, a bond that's stillable. Through fires and misfires, we've learned to forgive. And in the end, we stand hand in hand, alive.
Seymour.
They both laugh, and the scene fades out as they walk off into the night.